Good day guys, welcome back to another video session on Wiki Science YouTube channel, which will present you with topics to put your mind to in preparation for your UTME exam in physics. From the analysis which you have made, we realized that the questions which are given in UTME exam are basically from topics like mechanics, electricity, waves and optics, heat and temperature, and as well as semiconductor or radioactivity. Mechanics covers about 20% of UTME question in year 2018. In 2019 decreased to 17.5%, and in year 2020 rose back to around 32.5%, and in 2021 went back to about 17.5%, meaning that there is no how possible it is you still get at least 15% questions coming out from mechanics. And what do you have in the aspect of mechanics? That's where you have the physical quantity, where you have the derived quantity, scalar quantity, vector quantity, you have fundamental quantities, as well as forces that cause motion of a body. Okay, alright, we also talk about electricity in this case now. In year 2018, electricity took about 22.4%. In 2019, it took about 12.5%. In year 2020, it took about 20%. And in year 2021, wow, what a wonderful percentage, 35% of all the questions. So it means that you having your mind to prepare for your electricity as possible as you can, you're able to achieve at least minimum of 20% in this aspect, because it encompasses the aspect of electric field, electric current, we have the electric voltage, we have the electromagnetic field, all of these aspects whereby you talk about resistance, you talk about capacitor, capacitance, when you talk about the aspect of inductance, you talk about the RLC circuit, you talk about the AC, you talk about the DC. All of these aspects, they are related to electricity. When you cover them, you'll be able to achieve minimum of 20% in this aspect, guaranteed. Also, when you talk about the aspect of waves, in this aspect now, I want you to know that waves is divided into several aspects, whereby we talk about the standing wave, that's whereby we talk about the transverse wave, the longitudinal wave, we talk about the sound wave, we talk about the electromagnetic wave. All of these aspects, including aspect of optics, where you talk about mirror, lenses, you talk about the telescope, the application of mirror and lenses. All of these aspects, it's very important for you to know them before going for UTME exam in physics. Here we have about 12.4% of it in year 2018. In 2019 it was 22.5%. In year 2020 it rose to 22.5%, and eventually it went back to 20% in year 2021. Okay, we also talk about the aspect of heat and temperature. Heat and temperature is also one of the major aspects you must stick your attention to very much well in preparation for physics, because in year 2018 it gave about 12.5%, and in year 2019 it gave about 12.5% as well. In year 2020 it gave about 7.5%, and in year 2021 it also gave about 7.5% of all the questions which are being presented to you in that particular year. Also, we now have what referred to as semiconductor or radioactivity. These are always, maybe you might have semiconductor, or probably you have radioactivity, anyone which you might come across. In this case, you can as well have magnetic field. So in this case now, you always have about 2.5% or above in this aspect. Like we have in year 2018, we have 2.5%. In year 2019, we also had 2.5%. In year 2020, it rose to 7.5%, and in 2021, it rose to 7.1%. Eventually, above all, we realized that in 2018, all these topics encompass about 69.8% of UTME physics, and as well as in year 2019, we had about 67.5% of UTME physics. Why then will you give yourself headache when you have crucial aspects you can devote your attention to study them more and well, to be very much vibrant in this aspect and get about 60% preparation for the physics, despite your weakness in physics. Also in year 2020, you can't believe it that about 90% of all the questions came out from this aspect which I have highlighted to you guys here. And year 2021, it was a wow. That is, we have 87.5% preparation on this aspect, meaning that there is no how you can concentrate your attention to all of these topics and you still fail physics in UTME. Do not be too reluctant to pay attention to all of this topic and get your absolute A out of your physics, and make sure you hit 270% and above, while you have your other combination being addressed carefully. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm sure it's going to help a whole lot of persons outside there. Please share these videos with your friend and ensure you subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you next time in another session.